Kelsie Huff.
Jonah Jurkens.
How the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking.
You're so welcome. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. This is Petals and Pricks. It's a Bachelor podcast. And here's our podcast voice.
Here is mine.
You guys, we're doing a Bachelor podcast. For those of you who are new, thanks so much for listening. My name is Kelsie Huff. I don't like the show. Jonah Jurkens freaking loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it. And we're here just breaking it down, giving you a recap for friendship.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're new to the show, welcome to Prickhead Nation, my friends.
Hey,
Hell,
squeeze
yeah.
them. We're going to give you a
It is
squeeze.
Sweeping the nation.
That's right.
We are very girthy here in America.
All right. Why girth?
Because we're good. Because we span from sea to shining sea.
A bloated, overweight.
We don't go far south north, but we go pretty damn wide. We're very girthy here.
This got off the rails so quickly.
Prickhead Nation.
So quickly.
We are the girth of the nation.
Yeah. That's girth, not a great word.
Huh?
Girth.
You don't like girth?
Nah.
It's kind of gross. Well, you say anything like that.
Girth.
Watch this. Love.
That's true. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Well, this is week 5. Speaking of love.
Newborns.
Wow, that came really quick.
Well, I was trying to think of something sweet and smells nice.
Yeah. Aw. That's evolution. You know why they smell nice is so you don't throw them out the window or something.
That's a fake lie.
No.
Seriously?
It's truth. It is the truth. Where
the
you're like,
truth.
oh, I want to take care of you because you smell so good.
Whoa.
I know you're screaming and I kind of am losing my mind. I don't have any sleep, so I don't want to kill you because
Yeah.
it smells so good.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Evolution's
Yeah.
weird. Anywho,
Can
you
I tell you a
guys,
gross joke that comedian Russ Williams says with
no,
it?
you can't.
You-
Listen, if you guys don't know, Russ Williams was actually did a podcast with us once when I
Right.
was gone.
Right.
Jonah couldn't upload it because he was so terrible.
No.
Yes.
Russ. Okay. We
True.
had a week off.
Russ, it's true.
Well, Russ, a big fan of Bachelor. You can see him on Windy City Live. Speaking about the Bachelor.
He's not on our brand. That's all, right?
Well, so
Jonah's backpedaling.
he just said a lot of things where I was like, you know what? Probably not for our fans, but the comedian in me is really loving this conversation.
Right. So let's not say that joke. And
He
let's
also
just get
showed
right
up
into
and
it.
I was like, dude, are you fucking high out of your mind right now? And he was like,
You're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Kels would not approve. Pull the plug.
No.
So let's talk about Thailand.
Okay, so what
We're in
Russ
it.
said.
No, I'm going to edit
Come
this out.
on.
No, come on. I don't want to do it. I don't
Okay.
want to do it. Because you know what? This is our time.
Okay.
This is our time down here.
Okay. Use a Goonies quote on me. Works every time.
I gotcha. So we're in
Yeah,
Thailand
but Kelsie, I'm not a Goonie though.
You're not a Goonie?
Yeah, it's my time. It's our time down.
About this
We'll go Troy's bucket.
Oh, man, we're going all over the place.
Okay.
Come on. Thailand.
Thailand.
The ladies are in Thailand, as is Colton. They kind of walk on the beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show that they're there for love or whatever. Typical slow-mo
Yep,
beach.
I was literally making a note, Kels. We were watching this together as we have been doing this season.
That's right. We have been
And
on
then I
Monday
looked up
nights.
and I said, "Did I accidentally put on Reservoir Dogs?"
There was enough bloodshed.
Which one's Mr. Pink?
Everybody's like, I'm Mr. Pink.
Yeah.
They have to fight over it.
Yeah.
So a little usual suspects. Oh, golly jeepers.
We have a little technical issue here.
Oh man, I
But I
don't know
thought that-
why. Sometimes you guys don't care if you're not watching this, but on YouTube, for some reason, it loves to recognize
My
Jonah's
hands.
hand as Jonah's face.
That hurts my feelings.
Yell at the MEVO for
Yeah.
that. Thank you for noticing it because it drove me crazy in editing. All right, so we're in
You know
Thailand.
what sucks about that is a lot of people tell me I have ugly hands.
Really? Who tells you that?
Well, I'm just saying because there's a joke.
Oh, gotcha. So
about
nobody
my
tells
ugly
you that.
face. Nobody tells you that. Who
You're
tells
like,
me I have ugly
"Come on."
hands?
I don't know.
Yeah.
People say like, "Oh, you have man hands." It's a Jerry Seinfeld thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into this. All right. So we're in Thailand, and we
Yeah.
instantly go to a one-on-one. Everybody's excited. They're in
Right.
Thailand. Beautiful shots of the hotel and outside, and it looks
Yep.
gorgeous. I think it was Sydney who was like, "This is a romantic or like a honeymoon situation." So they're setting us up as we usually do. New location. Chris Harrison never shows up. Even
Never
at the
shows up.
beginning, he never shows up.
Where's Chris?
I don't know.
Where is
don't
Chris?
know because he's on Instagram with Colton.
He was
in Thailand.
Today he was.
No, I mean in Instagram.
Well,
You know this isn't a live show, Jonah. Jesus.
well, they tape it. It's like a
It's
a
not
4-second delay.
No, Jonah.
I'm talking about where is Chris today? There should be a hashtag out there. Hashtag
Where's
this.
Chris? Yeah. Just find him.
Come on, girthy prickheads.
Oh, no, don't call them girthy, Jonah Jurkens.
How do they make you excited about the upcoming episode? as in the episode we just watched.
They don't. Who
No,
you
they
asking?
didn't.
Who are you talking to?
They had a very close up of Colton's teeth. You and I think collectively, first time we ever did this together.
Well, that's the whole. Well, speaking of the close up on the teeth,
Nobody wants to see close teeth.
it's all about this one-on-one though, because they're
Yeah.
really, really prepping the smooch,
Yeah.
right? So Heather is the first one-on-one.
Yeah.
Experience something together. They show her brushing her teeth, which I was
Yeah.
like, I have that toothbrush. I got real excited.
Yeah.
And then they do show the close-up on the mouse. It's just like, yuck, gross, gross, gross. I gotta say, like, it's too clinical when you go like that close to the mouth. It is not romantic.
no,
It's like,
especially on an HD TV.
yeah,
4K's out there now.
yeah.
OLED TVs.
Whoa.
Very lifelike.
Yeah.
You can see every like nook and cranny and like every
Yeah.
little yellow thing.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. Sometimes you need the mystery. You know what I mean?
Oh God, gross.
Yeah, there's an alien guide. There's this thing on YouTube, and this actor dresses up like an alien, and then he gives reviews. Right? It's called like Alien Guide to, and then fill in the movie blank.
Oh
right?
man, if you're talking about editing out anything, you should edit that out.
No, because here's the thing that I love about it. He has this thing where anytime they get close to a mouth or they smooch,
Yeah.
he's like,
fun.
Because
Okay.
like they hate mouths, and
Yeah.
Future Man as well. They have
Future
like,
Man.
is that your rat hole? Like they don't like any mouth smooches.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
yeah.
Okay.
So this
You
would be-
redeemed yourself.
This would be a real horror show to
Yeah.
those folks. Okay, so what do? They do the typical thing they do
Wait.
on The Bachelor, a boat ride. They do a boat ride.
boat ride.
Going to the beach, a little bit like it looks a little bit like Danny Boyd. You know, a
Did
little
you hear the girl say it's hot dog time?
hot tub
Oh,
time.
okay.
Jonah.
I was pretty
Hot
excited.
dog?
Hot dog.
Hot dog?
I was pretty excited.
So nothing super. I mean, it is very beautiful. I'm going to give them that.
Yes, it
Thailand's
is.
very beautiful. But this is kind of a typical date situation.
Right.
You put something, that you do sort of an adventure thing or a nautical theme.
Right.
Something. Everybody loves boats or helicopters.
They're huge on boats in here.
Yeah. Love boats.
I love boats.
Love
yeah,
boat.
yeah.
Gross.
I also realized today that they like boats that go the chugga 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 chugga.
Tugboats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that is specifically in Thailand. Like maybe that's, I don't know, something that's their
I'll have to
culture.
refer to no reservations again.
Okay. All right.
And I'll get back to you on that.
Refer away, my friend. Refer away. And they go to the floating city market.
Yeah.
And they're kind of walking around, doing that sort of. Have you ever watched Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yeah.
Where they're like, they're just, picking up stuff. They always do that in the show as
Yeah.
well. No, lovely date thing. Just
Yeah.
play with the stuff. Oh, look at this. I'm wearing a hat.
Oh my God, everything's so different.
And then that's when Colton has his like, do you even blow kisses? Wink, wink. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
How do you think that she blows kisses?
Well,
Heather?
we don't have a visual medium right now,
Right.
but I think it sounds something like this.
So an alien.
Yeah.
So kind of like an alien or a squid-like creature.
I like the idea that she gets the kiss part right, like the smooch, but she's like, like that.
Yeah.
I really spit
Man,
over that
you're
microphone.
going for
Oh
some
my God,
spits.
I'm
you
sorry.
really committed to it,
Yeah.
Jonah. You really committed to it.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that we opened up with her brushing her teeth.
Yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah.
record me brushing my teeth.
Okay.
It took me. You
You
know
should put
what?
that in your will.
Yeah, it should.
You should.
Like a part 3 part.
Yeah, or like a rider anywhere you go. Not like rider ding ding, but like a rider.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You looked at me like I was the biggest idiot ever.
Well, I'm just afraid that you're just going to start bringing up a writer to me about these podcast sessions.
Yeah, well, I did ask you to clean it, and you did. You cleaned up your place. Thank you
I
so
did.
much.
You're welcome.
I did not.
But you saying I asked you to clean up your place makes it seem like I had a gross place.
You don't.
For a boy.
Oh, you don't have a gross place at all for any gender.
36-year-old man now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If you guys don't know, Prickhead Nation, Jonah had a birthday.
I had a birthday.
Pew, 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 pew. And you had a rose cake.
I wish I did.
Could you imagine? Jonah's like, I have a special request.
I'd love it. You know who jumped out of that rose cake?
Nick probably.
Yeah, yeah,
He's doing birthday parties.
yeah.
The creepiest clown in
Yeah,
town.
yeah. He did that right after he opened up a new Arby's.
Don't slam Arby's. Oh my God. Those curly fries, that Jamocha shake, shut your face right
Yeah.
now. Yum, delicious.
I think a couple of things I noticed too about this date. I think Heather's too dimply.
You don't like a dimple.
No, I love dimples. I have one.
You're like, my hands might be ugly, but look at this dimple.
It's dimple. But I will say that when it's like a Mario Lopez level dimples.
So it's
I
a
don't
deep,
like it.
deep, deep one.
It's too much.
Wow, I didn't know you had such such precision of your dimple acceptance.
I can feel like you get cheese lost in there.
Why cheese?
I don't know.
Why cheese? Because it's just like almost as big as a mouth. Like you like accidentally go like glurp, or like
Sure,
you're
that could be.
storing it.
Would you be surprised if she thought that's how you kissed?
Oh my God, she's just
With
licking
her side
people's-
mouse?
She's side
She's
mouse.
probably like, these are my side mouths.
Are you saying side mouse?
Side mouths. Mouths.
Oh, mouths plural.
Mouths.
Okay.
But if you really listen to the word mouth, it's not fun to hear.
Mouth.
Mouths.
Mouths.
What's like a plural mouth? How would you say
Gotcha.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never
Multiple
multiple
mouths?
mouths.
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 Man.
We're dumb.
Whoever has their buds in their ears right now, so
like-
sorry for you. This is not good.
Why are you listening?
One
So they-
person right now is at the gym looking at you and being like, "Oh my God, what happened to that girl? Did she just throw up or man, whoever?" Yeah.
Nope, she's just trying to
While
pronounce a
they're
word
running.
that doesn't exist.
Stop doing it to my ear.
So speaking of like freaking out a little bit, we got back to the house where the gals are, and
can I mention one thing
Elise is having a freak out.
Can I mention one thing?
Well, we're
before
going
that?
back and forth to this
Sure.
date.
Go to
So
Elise. Go to Elise.
there's the one-on-one happening, and then we go to Elise. Sad times, very dramatic music. She's having a hard time dealing with the fact that he's dating other women. Usually, this happens in the show. One person
Yeah, it
doesn't
does.
realize that they're on the show, and they freak
I
out.
think it's a difference between. I think it's that time when it's kind of a novelty to be on the show, and then all of a sudden it starts becoming like, oh shit, I'm on the show and I actually care about this guy because I took the serum. I drank the Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Well, that's the thing that she's like, I can't see my friends make out with him anymore and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
That's gotta
And
be hard.
They give the group date, and everybody there's 10 people on the group date except for Cassie. She's not mentioned, so we know that she's going to get the one-on-one.
Right.
And Elise is having a really hard time. We're cutting obviously back and forth, so Heather is still on the date, and then we're kind of seeing Elise get ready. She's putting on that sort of see-through dress and all
Yeah.
that kind of jazz.
Yeah. I like the times when they do the group date and there's only one girl left, and that girl or guy still doesn't get that. That means they have a one-on-one, and they're kind of concerned, like, what about me?
They
How
don't
come I never
realize
get the
they got the super
one-on-one?
prize.
Everyone's like, oh, sweetheart, you're getting it next.
Yeah.
It doesn't say a card yet.
They're like, I'm going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one time when we talked about this last week, but that's the one time when the guy drops the card when she like listening, opens the door, and he's like, oh, and then
the intern who gets caught dropping the card.
I'm
Yeah,
fired.
yeah.
I'm so fired.
Busted.
Yeah.
So that is happening, but then we go back to Heather and Colton, right?
Right.
So they're doing the dinner thing. So that's like they have their cocktail hour, and it's like, "What's your deepest pain?" You know, that's
Yeah.
how the formula of the show is like, "Tell us your
This one just
vulnerability."
seems kind of
She,
stupid.
Yeah, she kind of just talked and rambled on. Like she seemed very nervous, which I mean, you know, it's weird to talk about your most personal thing on TV. So she's like, I casually dated in high school, and then after college I met a guy, but we weren't really that into it. And then I dated a guy for 8 months, and we just didn't kiss.
That
It
doesn't
wasn't
make
there.
any sense.
8 months. And she's 23 years old. And listen, I'm not trying to be a judgy Magoo.
Have
but
you ever dated somebody?
Sorry.
Don't touch me again.
I'm getting real flying handsy.
We both put fingers down at the same time. Have you ever not kissed somebody before you actually officially were dating somebody?
No.
That seems like a lie.
I'm somebody, too, who's like, oh, let's just get this over with.
Even
like when
Colton the Virgin was like, this doesn't seem right.
It's odd.
It's odd.
And I
I
guess...
don't want to judge. No shame here.
Yeah, but I
ain't
guess
shaming your game.
You're right, though. I mean, we didn't ask about how many dimples she smooched.
Oh, God. Is that the problem?
She's smooching dimples.
It'd be funny if she started licking dimple. Oh, Colton's dimple. He's got a couple damps.
No.
He's got some damps. Oh, if they had kids, it'd be like the worst dimps ever.
It's so weird that this is the thing we're talking about.
My favorite part with her was when they were still at the market, and she was like, and then Colton goes, oh, he puts a seashell to his ear, and he's
yeah.
like, oh my God, you can hear the ocean, see?
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, yeah.
You love awkward interactions.
I love when people
Jonah,
lie.
I know Jonah, when we were watching it, goes, she didn't hear anything.
No.
You were so mad.
sorry, my cat jumped up on you. It's not a Wolverine. It's just a cute old man. you freaked out more than the cameraman when the fireworks went out.
Your cat skipped the shit. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
He's 15 years old. He could barely even get that high.
I can't believe it.
Look how sad he is.
But I felt the claws. I felt the claws. I'm gonna puke. I'm so scared. Oh God. Oh, no, I'm crying. Oh my God.
He's coming back at
God,
you.
please don't kill me. I have dreams about claws sometimes. I'm so glad I didn't like reactionarily go, bah! And then like just throw your cat across the room. Oh my God.
You're wearing a sweatshirt and you almost kind of turtled it a little bit.
I can't believe that. I'm embarrassed. Oh God. Oh my God. How
Don't
we
be
gonna-
embarrassed. It's not like we're recording this in any way.
Oh God.
You're sweating right now.
Okay, it was just a cat. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh.
I looked over a second before he jumped on you, so I saw your full reaction, and that was my favorite thing.
Oh, God. Oh, okay.
When that
How are we
happened,
gonna get back into our anti-dimple talk after this?
My first thought was, my cat! Not even you.
Oh, well, that makes sense, though. Oh, God. Okay. Anywho, see, and the stupid MEVO is going to, oh, God. I think that whole time we're just recording our notebook.
Well, I think that's a perfect transition to, man, when Heather and Colton were just sitting there, and that awkwardness right before like Colton clearly knowing that she wants him to kiss her, and she doesn't really want to go for it, and there's that weird, oh God, I've been in that situation so many times where it's just that awkward,
the extra
like,
pressure of like,
yeah, where you just waited a tad too long and now it's a thing, and then man, what broke that tension so well? Fireworks happen, and it felt like they thought a bomb. And even the camera guy was like, ah! Like he
oh gosh,
he Kelsie huffed the shit out of that.
Did a cat try to climb up you, sir? Oh man, I love it. Yeah, and she finally got her smooch, and they changed her title to "Never Been Kissed" to "Has Been Kissed."
Oh, I never noticed that.
She got a promotion.
Fun. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
And so she got the rose as well.
And then Drew Barrymore showed up. Not bad, right? Walked away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Movie "Never Been Kissed," 90s reference. It took us a little while, but we got there eventually.
Yeah.
Good job, us.
And she's like, Santa Clara Diet. Watch it, please. It's getting canceled.
Is it? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You just have predictions.
I said that really catty. I don't know.
No, why are you so harsh? So things seem to be going well for Colton, right? He's like giving out roses. He's smooching dimples. He's having a great time.
Whoa, that was like she kissed him.
What?
She kissed him like the old movie kisses.
Oh, where you just kind of smash your face?
Where you just kind of put your lips together and nothing moves. And you could tell he's like, move your fucking lips.
Really? I didn't notice it.
I noticed that.
Yeah. You were looking at those mouths even though you said
I put my face against the TV to see it.
Gross. Like, I better get real up in this HD action.
Yeah.
So
but I will say that they look good together.
Yeah. You like blondes.
Well, I think just like,
Oh, no.
Caucasian, blue-eyed, blonde-haired people putting together. What's better than that?
Yeah. Yikes.
That's great. That's a good solution.
Don't. We're not here for the Aryan Nation, you grosso Magoo.
No, I'm just saying they look.
I know
good
you're
together.
making jokes. Makes my butthole get tight, as you
tight
like
butthole.
to say. Yeah.
That used to be a good thing.
Yeah.
When we first started the podcast.
But now it's changed.
Now it's changed.
So it doesn't end well for Colton because he gets back from his date and Elise in her see-through sort of fairy dress.
Yeah.
When Heather comes in, she like storms out and she goes to Colton. Then she has her like
A little
breakdown cry, and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
What's happening?" And I was like, "Why
Well,
is she freaking
she's
out?"
31. Her eggs are falling out.
Yeah, well, if they make so much of a deal about that age
Yeah, it's like
stuff,
she looks
it's
great.
so
There's
dumb.
nothing. Yeah.
It's so stupid. And then we're like, maybe she got a Dove commercial. Jonah's like, maybe she got her SAG card. Maybe she's going somewhere else. But because she just leaves.
She's like, yeah, I got a call back for an audition.
Yeah, bye.
I gotta go. And I like the one she's like, listen, like, I know that I it's hard for me to deal that you always saying this. I know that we're not gonna have a one-on-one for a year. Like I know I can't get a whole year's worth of one-on-ones. I'm like, how long do you think you're there for?
I don't know about this show.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
And I want to think that that's her outfit when she goes to bed.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very nice pajama, a floaty pajama.
Yeah, or like a prom dress. She's like, there is still a use for these things.
How uncomfortable. Just like sequin, scratchy, sleepy dress.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm picturing you in a prom dress right now. It's making me laugh.
Oh, yeah?
I like the
Whatever.
big poofy ones.
Oh, like a 90s bridesmaids dress?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a Rachel from Friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
And it's making me very
You're loving
happy.
it? All right,
Yeah.
knock it off. I was pretty cool.
You know who people you know how cool people are when they have to say, yeah, it was pretty cool.
I was pretty cool.
Not cool.
Not cool at all.
But you know, I was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was pretty cool. So Kirpa's face. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
People are freaking out on the internet. So she happens to have a bandage on her chin. And this is like where they sort of introduce it and we see it a lot more.
Yeah. You're so nervous for a cat to jump on you.
Where's that cat at? Where's that cat
You can
at?
barely make it the night.
So, we don't know what it is. It is odd where like they don't
never
address
find out.
something. Yeah. No, they don't address it at all. And I guess
Do you think Chris hit her and that's why he's not on the episode?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's just a pimple she's covering up.
Really?
Well, I heard one of the girls say, like, oh, sweetie, you got a pimp slip going on.
Shut the fuck up.
You didn't hear that?
No, because it never happened.
You got a pimp slip.
You had a pimp slip. What do you think? Maybe she fell?
Probably like a scratch or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a shaving scar.
A shaving scar? Yep. Get that 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Well, I
it's
hope-
strange.
I
People
hope
on the
whatever
internet were
happened or-
freaking out about it.
Well, I hope whatever happened, it didn't hurt.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Then we had a vlog from Colton again.
Yeah. Okay. So it's group date time.
Oh, okay.
So we go to the group date, and you're right.
vlog
The
was
group
before that.
date starts
Okay.
with the vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of has a drinking face, bit swollen, bit Vince Vaughn-y. Late night.
Yeah.
Late night.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the bummer of the
He's
vlog.
like, these Zimas are killing me.
Yeah, these Zimas, so
Yeah.
thick. But I feel like that's the bummer of the vlog. You don't get all that pretty lighting.
I'm hoping that one of these vlogs ends in one of these. We talked about this before, but you don't know what I'm referring to. It's a very famous YouTube video where a newscaster is smushing grapes with her feet, and then she flies off and hurts, and you can hear her cry really hard.
No.
I was kind of hoping that he was going to slip off that balcony by accident, and him just be like, "My leg."
So in your idea of a vlog, it's like
He
a
gets really
horrendous
hurt.
American.
But he's like, I can get back up. And he's like, not again.
Not again. Call back.
And he
Worth
falls
it.
back.
So worth it. So I feel like they're just going to keep doing these vlogs the whole time. They just keep doing it. People didn't seem to hate it as much on the old internet.
I think they're just like accepting our fate.
Yeah, we're just in it now.
like-
After the
It's
vlog,
like realizing your mortality.
yeah, you're like, just accept it,
Just
give
accept
in.
it.
Adventures.
Yeah,
so
adventures.
he's always, I think, like the new tagline for this season, because of the whole virginity thing, is like,
Yeah.
I want a partner who wants to experience new things and new adventures, and we're gonna do new things together.
Mm-hmm.
That's their tagline, and that is a 20-year-old sentiment.
Well, he's 25.
But 25. I feel like older couples, you know what you want.
Right.
We talked about this a little bit with the bungee jumping. Is like, you just want somebody to like chill out with.
Yeah.
You're not like, let's go find a new mountain to climb and shit. You're like,
Yeah.
This is a very youthful season.
Okay. You can't be a virgin and be like, I can't wait to try it. I like trying new things.
Yeah,
Right? Can you?
I think you can.
But also,
That's like
everything he's tried that's new, he has not liked at all.
So maybe he's not.
We haven't
gonna like
seen him
it.
do one new thing that's like kind of out there, fringy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little girthy.
Come on, Jonah.
You haven't seen him once do something out and him been like, oh, this is great. I love it. Every single time.
He's kind of like,
During this group date, not one thing
yeah.
did he enjoy.
Do you wonder if it's because he's a little white bread? Little mayonnaise-y.
Yeah, little mayonnaise-y,
little,
yeah.
little, white person-y, like a little bland.
I think
He's like,
white people
don't
do
know.
the craziest shit.
But like they're like, oh, I don't want to try spicy food. I don't want to like leave. Like there's some people that are,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he's a little, he's trying it. You got to give him credit. He's
You gotta give him
actually
he's trying
doing it.
Do you think he would if there wasn't cameras on him?
No, but I'm sure a lot of these folks would be like, hard pass.
Yeah.
You know.
I think half those girls were like, I'm just not in this virgin anymore.
Well, I think the jungle was pretty clear. They were not having that much of a fun time.
No, this is the one time where I'm like, this feels the most realistic.
Yeah, I
to
love
these
it.
group dates.
So they go into the jungle with Joe, who was raised in the jungle, and then they just breeze over that.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's gone through some shit.
Yeah.
But moving on to your date.
Buried
It's
his
like,
kids.
I know, you're like, what the
What's
fuck
going on?
is happening? So they're all wet because I'm assuming it's raining. Everybody's kind of just like drippy and walking into the jungle, which would be like the worst Girl Scout trip ever.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to like try to survive. So Joe is teaching them how to like hack up banana leaves or bamboo shoots and like drink water and like find bugs with protein and like Hannah just downs a bug and Colton does that trick that a lot of people do in college. We're like, I'll do some shots and then they just throw the shot behind them.
Nobody's ever done that in college. This is what you watch in movies.
I used to do that.
Are
And
you
I used to
serious?
drink.
You used to drink.
And I used to drink. And every once in a while I'm like, oh,
but here's the
too
thing,
much.
it's like, yeah, but that just goes on your back. And now you have water, you have like a stain on your back.
No, you just chuck it far.
Well, then it goes in some guy's face, and he's like, what the fuck, man? And then you start a brawl, and that's how people get hurt.
Wow, I feel like you've been here before.
No.
But in the country too, like outside, like in outside stuff, like bonfires and stuff, you just chuck it out.
You've actually done that?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah, I really have.
That's very interesting.
Because you think because I was alcoholic, I wouldn't like, don't miss a drop.
Yeah, that too. I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, just whoop, chuck it. But that's what he does
I
with
thought
the
you
bug.
do the plant thing.
The plant thing. Well, yeah, I guess when you're outside, you can just do it. Yeah, I guess I could have done it more subtly. You're right.
Just throwing water behind your back.
Yeah, but it's like a shot. So
You
it
didn't
looks
even know.
like you're doing a
You
shot.
didn't even know there's a cat at your foot. How do you know
That's
this? There's not a big burly woman behind you who's gonna beat the shit out of you.
I was pretty tough. I was pretty cool and pretty tough.
Yeah.
And so Nicole, people are just like touching weird stuff. I guess you call it weird or like traditionally scary stuff. So
Yeah.
we got eel touching and scorpion touching and Colton's got a snake and and then he runs up a hill and it's crazy.
I was not about that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not super into because I feel like we as humans get real cocky, like we're at the top of the food chain, and we've lost all of those skills to like actually
For sure.
learn anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm not at the top of the food chain in the jungle or in the ocean or
No.
really anywhere besides like a city where I could
Right. Yeah.
charge my phone and get a car,
Right.
like a lift,
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not really into this date either. I'm not kind of like slamming anybody.
Or if you're in a locked door room with your haters.
Whoa.
Edit
a
that
panic
out.
room?
Just edit that out.
We don't edit here.
That's
Come
right.
on. So then we break into 3 teams. So their whole thing is like, so the team is with Colton, and then they got to like find a water and bugs on their own. So we have people that are into it, and Colton and his team is doing it, and then I think Tayshia like steals him away, and he has a little smooch, and Nicole, Kelly's like, oh, that's a bummer. And then we have Demi's group who's like, fuck this, and they go,
Which is great. I
and
thought
they
that
go
was-
get some champagne
yeah.
and hamburgers. So
I would
that
have gave
kinda
Demi
happens.
rose for that just for doing that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ingenuity or whatever.
Guess who figured that one out?
What?
The mom, the person whose mom was a grifter.
Yeah. You know what? Bending those rules.
How about this too? They didn't have fucking money with them.
Well-
How they afford that shit?
I don't know. They don't have their phone.
They don't have their phone or money. How'd they get the Uber?
Well, yeah, Jonah, it's the producers that tell them to do this
No,
stuff.
this is a reality show, just like Man vs. Wild.
All right.
No, but seriously, we get the money for that. Straight up stole that.
You think that they edited out where they had to like con some people on the way to the hotel to pay for the hamburgers?
Well, there was a scene where Colton was like, I thought I had my wallet with me. Oh, well.
Oh, well, what are you
Yeah,
going to do?
yeah.
Guess it's lost to the jungle for
Yeah.
Evs. So while they're doing jungle stuff, obviously we go to Cassie and she gets that one-on-one card, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, where the intern dropped it off. And then we go to the beach. So we're at
Yeah.
the beach at this point, right?
Right.
And Tayshia, once again, kind of pulls him, Colton, to the side. She's getting a lot of one-on-one time with him.
Right.
And we go further into the episode. She does this again. Hannah B tells him, I think I'm falling in love with you. And then there's
Right.
like the music, la la la
Yeah.
la.
And then he's straight up is mirroring her accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old sociopath.
Right. Just like straight up.
Y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'm Colton. I'm from Illinois, Wisconsin. Illinois. I'm from Illinois.
Wisconsin. And then we've got another thing going on. So after the mirroring and the love, we've got this Nicole, Annika, like what is happening? This drama that comes out of nowhere. Because something about like Nicole's like, I want to be on the show so I can get away from Miami. At least, blah blah. This is just like some. This is my least favorite part of the show.
When it gets like real catty and dirty.
And dumb. It's
Yeah.
like I had no time for this in my personal life. When I was in high school, I was too busy looking cool and throwing shots behind my back. Like I just wrote snooze. Like
Oh, yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't care about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So sorry if you guys in Bachelor Nation care, but I had nothing to say about it. It's seemingly petty for no reason.
I think it's one of those things where we don't want to talk about it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, you're defending. You're not defending yourself, but you're trying to like, you're freaking out. You're like, I don't want this, I don't want that, and then people are just being shitty with each other.
Yeah, it's like starting shit. It's like starting shit.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
I
the
get
one
it that
girl's
it's
like,
a strategy game, but
well, yeah, the one girl's like, you're saying stuff about me, and she's like, I'm actually not. But she kind of is, and the other girl's just exaggerating. So he's like, you're just lying. You're lying to him. I'm doing this stuff to you. It's like, no. She's just exaggerating. You kind of are doing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was she's like, I'm not a bully. And then it cuts to her.
Oh, yeah. That goes in the later cocktail party where it just goes off the rails.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not a bully. Cuts to her. There was 8 million different things I could do to her.
I would take her,
if
yeah.
she wants to come after me. I was like, you're a bully.
Yeah.
You planned stuff out.
It's funny. So that happens, but kind of like it's just like the introduction for Nicole and Anna.
But they're going to be
like,
gone soon anyways.
Yeah. And then Hannah B gets the rose anyway, so it's like it doesn't matter, doesn't care.
Doesn't matter.
So at this point,
and he's like, I want to give this to my little button.
Back to the accent. So at this point in the show, before the one-on-one with Cassie, we have Heather has a rose, and Elise is gone, and Hannah B has a rose.
Yeah.
So then we get the one-on-one with Cassie,
Right.
and again, we got another boat.
Yeah, we did.
Tug boat.
This was like a straight up
Rambo, Apocalypse Now looking kind
Hot
of
shots,
African
Barja.
queen. Yeah. We got excited about like all the boats that look
like I hope you got your malaria shots type boat.
it was like a tug.
Right.
We could hear it like go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But didn't stop them from smooching. Holy cannoli. They didn't mind what kind of boat they were on.
Hey, smooching.
They were smooching. She's like, you're special. No, you're special. Smooch. Like,
right.
all right, wowzers, schnauzers. They keep talking about the chemistry.
I see it.
Now, Cassie is now the forerunner. Is that the word? The People's Predictions. They think it's Cassie. Yeah. So
I didn't feel that till today.
Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel's wife. He always says it. Ellen.
Who's Chris Hansen? Chris Hansen. God damn it. Chris Harrison.
Who's Chris Harrison? What are you
Chris
saying?
Harrison?
Who's Chris Harrison? What are you talking about? Chris Harrison doesn't have predictions.
It was a joke. I fucked it up by saying Hansen.
Moving on.
Jim Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. Well,
His
we're going to
wife,
edit this out. JK,
Chris
we're not going to end it.
Harrison.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel's wife is
Chris Harrison. And then
all right.
So she knows
you know
that.
what?
He
we
knows
have
the
to
answer.
explain the joke. It's not a good joke, Jonah. Let's move on.
Well, maybe if you listened, you'd get it.
Oh, we're going to fight. So here's the thing. After their boat action,
Yeah.
they go and have their they go on the island that's kind of just a dirt patch.
That was the craziest thing. Also, your funny comment. I liked your comment where you're like, "Isn't everything an island?
Well,
Isn't everything floating?
Floating island.
Floating.
That was Heather's today. And I was like, I don't.
You're like, we were going on the floating island. Like, isn't everything?
All islands floating?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're not technically floating. But they're surrounded by water. I don't know the difference. I gotta do some research, guys. Yeah, because I did get confused about that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take me a lot. I was getting confused about your joke, so slow.
Well, wow. You just you turned
Another
your burn into my burn. How'd you do that?
Oh, what a weave. What a tangled web I've weaved.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
It all comes back to me.
Yeah. So what do you think about their moment? Cassie, after nothing really happened on the island. There was a butt
There
squeeze.
was nothing on the island. There's a
Yeah.
lot of butt squeezes.
Yeah,
there was nothing on the...
They were squeezing peaches on that island.
Seriously, okay, let's say we were dating and I was like,
Okay.
I have something really planned special for you.
Go on a dirt island.
And then I'm like, we go on this nice boat ride, right?
Tug.
Some
Tugboat.
some fisherman over there, real
A sailor.
old, probably real old,
Sure.
whatever. Probably smells. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's part of the ambience.
Okay.
We go on this thing. We go in the ocean.
So we're having a good time.
Yeah, at this point we're having a good time.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
With you. So
yeah.
oh, ocean, oh, it's
Right.
happening, oh, wonderful,
And
new
then-
adventures.
And then you're like, what's this dune up here?
this dune.
Yeah. What's this bunch of rocks? You're like, that's the island I've rented out for you.
Uh-huh.
That's not an island.
Yeah.
There's nothing to sit on.
No.
There was one little stone. It's like, what are we supposed to do? He's like, I don't know. We can sit over here.
Yeah.
Well, what else? I don't know. We could walk around. We could spend 20 seconds and walk around your island.
Yeah. Was it as big as like a high school track?
I was so disappointed.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was not like, I guess when you think of private island, you think of like fantasy island,
Right.
where there's like, oh, there's like tree houses and like, wow, isn't this
Yeah.
great? You're like, oh, this, you know what? You know that section in like the public pool where there's like the kids section with all the toys?
Right.
That's more exciting than this island.
Yeah, I'd rather go there. They made like Firefest look like Burning Man. That's how bad it was.
Burn.
Yeah.
It wasn't exciting, but they seemed to like it. They were just like smooching in the ocean. They didn't even care.
They do last mooching. It's. Have you dated somebody where like you like smooch all the time, all this stuff, and then in the back of your head, you're like, I'm kind of done smooching. We don't have to keep doing this.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, you're like,
Or
I like it.
My jaw hurts.
Yeah, you're like, I really love this, and
Yeah.
I like kissing you, but
Yeah, we gotta put a time stamp on this.
you're like, how are you into me this much?
Like,
This is
we're just like,
insane.
let's change
What
the
is
environment.
wrong with you? You got a problem. You're obsessed.
Well, I think when you're smooching and your like brain goes like la la li li li, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I think we should probably stop smooching.
And you go back, you're like, am I still
are
smooching?
we still smooching?
Have I moved my mouth this whole time?
It's like driving a car home
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm back at the
Right.
driveway. You're like, oh, I'm on smooch autopilot.
I know.
right
And your
now.
partner's like, they're so into this.
Which is like, they're probably doing it at some point too.
Yeah.
That's when you have to go to that acceptance part where you're like, oh, they've checked out.
yeah.
for
Where you're
sure.
like not paying attention enough. You're like, okay, twist your head now. Go left. Okay. There you go.
And one and two and twist
three.
and
Okay,
three and
cool. And,
and you like fingers through the hair and two and four.
And 5. And touch the face. And stop.
Oh, we're still going. Oh, okay.
But then sometimes you have the other opposite people. You're like, then you're the crazy one.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I think they're both into it right now.
What would you say, since we're in virgin territory, get one soon?
Okay. No, but I'm virgin territory.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yep.
I'm not having a good day today, okay?
Listen, it was your birthday. You've been drunk for 5 days. You got some dad jokes, but you're hitting them hard.
Come on.
I believe in you, Jonah.
Well, that's how you know you're 36.
Yeah.
I know you're looking at me like 36. You look like a horrible 28. I was like, I know.
Jonah. You got to practice your positive self-talk.
Okay, cool. But anyways, what would you say is your what's a limit to strictly make out until it just is like, all right, it's too much. 15 minutes? 20 minutes? Is that way too long? What's long? For 25.
See, I think it depends on the
For
stage of your
18.
relationship.
Okay.
Because I feel
Let's
like
say this stage. Let's say a month in.
a month in. So have you, in this scenario, had sex with this person yet?
No.
Okay.
So let's
Then I think it's longer.
let's take Colton's thing. Okay.
I think it's longer because what I find happens is that after you've had sex, the makeout section gets shorter
Yes.
because it's like, oh, it's sex time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's that period like after you just have sex that there's like, wow, like, there's a lot of like exploring and craziness and it gets a little crazy, right? But then eventually,
Whoa, what's your past?
that's normal where you're like, oh, we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like this is
Yeah.
happening. But then after a while, you're like, let's just get to the thing. We know the thing that works.
Yeah.
Let's kind of quickly get to the thing.
So we're talking about high school couch makeout time.
Yeah, I think that could go for a long time.
Yeah.
Because that's the most exciting part. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is new in itself, like jeans rubbing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so that could go for hours, I think. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
Yeah,
then, like, the more you progress, the more you kind of want to get to that next stage.
Yeah.
So if let's say, okay, so you're right? So you're 36 now. Happy
Okay, stop
birthday to
saying
you.
that out loud.
Oh, sorry. You're 26. Congratulations. Happy
Okay,
birthday
that's just
to
a
you.
lie.
You're 31. Congratulations.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you've experienced, it's like you're not a 16, 15-year-old, whatever.
Right.
Like grinding jeans in the basement or whatever.
Right.
And you've had sex. So you know how it goes.
I've had sex more than twice.
All right. Sweet brag, bro. And then, so what about you? I mean, you have more experience. You're more in the world than I. I mean, I'm like a old married dud. So,
You and your husband don't have makeouts?
to be fair, we try to actually, where it doesn't always end up in sex just because it's like, oh, this is exciting.
You put like a timer on?
No. But it's like, you know what? We're
Like
just
a
going
kitchen
to.
timer? You're like,
Yeah, an egg timer. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, we're going to pretend we're in high school. Put those jeans on.
that would be funny if that was like your role play where Jason's like, I gotta be home in 20 minutes.
No, you're like curfew.
Yeah. Traffic's bad.
No.
That's good to hear that you guys try to like, we can't lose this.
Yeah,
It's
we'll try
important.
to do it. Well, because I mean, we've been together for a long time. There's like peaks and troughs of things, Sometimes like there's dry spells and not, and you got to
Yeah.
figure out how and why. And like there's this deeper intimacy where it's not just about sex. It's almost like, because here's the thing, you could be married and still like feel rejected and get rejected by
Yeah.
someone, and
Hell
it
yeah.
feels horrible.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's talk about that and why is it not working now? Why is this working but this isn't? Oh, anyway, it's a fucking nightmare. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Oh gosh. So sometimes I think it's important, to just make out.
Yeah.
And just like, hey, we're just gonna fool around, and that doesn't necessarily mean
That's kind of fun.
end game.
How do you feel about public makeouts? We've
I'm
talked
not-
about
I'm
this
not
before.
into it.
Even with your husband?
No. And I
No?
think we're more affectionate than most people people I grew up with for sure, like adults that I
Really?
grew up with. But we are like, we actually, I think the older we get, now that I'm thinking about it, we are a little more public than we used to be. We wouldn't like even hold hands unless we were on vacation. It was weird.
Oh, you think because you're like more in your own bubble and just don't give a shit what people think?
Or it's just like, it's like habit or something. Like
Yeah.
we're just comfortable. Because I remember, I went to, my little niece had a birthday party and we
You
were
were
like,
making out for your little niece?
no, of course not, Don. But
Were
we're
you
like,
doing aubergine stuff in front of your niece?
we're like, you guys, you know what? The timer's on. Curfew's coming. Get out the room. No,
Jesus.
no, of course not. It was like, we were like snuggly and like, got him a thing of pizza and like rubbed his back. I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem like a big deal, but I did not grow up around that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was very adamantly like, not like, we don't touch each other. We don't look at each other. And now I just don't care.
Okay.
Just comfortable. How
That's
about
good.
you? You're
I wouldn't know
public.
anymore. Oh yeah, I have no problem with that stuff.
Yeah.
I never did.
Yeah, but you seem to be in like an affectionate person in general.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, touchy. But you're always like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You're always just like, you just kind of gracious when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it makes people feel good. Mm-hmm. But it's
Yeah.
funny because my family was not very affectionate.
Maybe
So
that's
maybe
why.
I'm like, yeah, maybe it's the opposite. Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
But I
Let's-
wasn't. But it's not like we were affectionate where I was looking for it. I think, like my mom probably wanted to be affectionate, but just maybe I was against it, and maybe
Or she just didn't. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good-
but this show is crazy because you have to like have these vulnerable moments and like lift people up on the beach and like
Yeah.
there's a camera 2
That's
feet
one
away
thing I'll
from
say
you.
about
It's
this
very weird.
whole Temptation Island thing going on with Colton and the Cassie
Mm-hmm.
is that he was definitely doing that bullshit like let me pick you up, look at me, I'm picking you up
Yeah, I'm very strong. I can
thing.
pick you up.
It was a little douchey,
Yeah, I'm not into that.
right?
Yeah. Yikes. So
To me, it seemed like we were getting in virgin territory.
Yep, there we go. The thing that I didn't like about their and it wasn't terrible or anything. So that thing where they always have that like, hey, we're gonna have a cocktail hour and talk about our personal stuff. She was like, hey, I think it's hard that my personal life is exposed.
Yeah,
And I get that statement.
right,
I guess the problem I have with that is like, this is your choice to be on the show.
right.
Like you're not born into it where you're like
Right.
trapped by this burden of responsibility for having a public life. Like somebody who's like a president's kid or something. Like
Right.
that's not your choice.
Right.
You're just your dad and your mom's job is very public.
Right.
And now you have to be in the public eye when
Right.
even if you didn't want to be. Like that seems like shitty. This is a thing you applied for.
Yeah, but I think it's
Yeah,
like, but it's like,
I have a hard time sympathizing a little.
okay, I could see that.
I'm like,
But the way I like to look at it is that like it seems like these people, I think it was like fun and like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if I got on? Like that'd be silly, right? And then some people I think are like, yeah, it'd be kind of like maybe I'll meet somebody. I don't know. And then it's kind of this fun, like whimsical, like you have PAs getting you shit, and there's a camera, and that's Chris Harrison. What's going on? I was like, Chris
why
Harrison.
is he in the toilet?
Yeah,
with
why do
us?
I have to say this to your on top of your book? It's like you need a vial of my blood. All right, like that doesn't make any sense.
What's whimsical?
Yeah. Oh my God, Chris, this is weird. None of these mirrors work for you.
Yeah, get him funny.
And like you see, you're going through lines of casting directors and all that shit you have to do, and then all of a sudden you're on, right? And all
Yeah.
like, you're pampered, and you like I'm sure they have
So
makeup.
you get like swirled up into
you swirl
it.
up the whole like thing of it, right? And then all of a sudden there's Colton. You're like, holy shit, I'm on the fucking Bachelor. This
Yeah.
is insane. Even though your intentions probably maybe at first could have
Just
been
a
like.
laugh.
Yeah, or maybe it was like, yeah, maybe I'll find love. But this time it's like, now you're really fucking on it. And then all of a sudden, you go through the first couple stages, it's still a shit ton of people. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I'm, maybe because of what's happening, I'm having these feelings. But also it's like, oh no, I'm like dating somebody now. And like, I need to have like conversations with them. And like, okay, you're a virgin. I'm not. Now I have to have that discussion in front of this camera
Yeah.
with Chris jerking off right here.
Come on. But yeah. I get it. I mean,
You know what I mean?
think it's complicated for sure, but it's the same thing. It's like you're a consenting adult. I don't know. I know what you mean. I
But
totally
it's kind
understand.
of like some
I
people
totally
like.
understand. I totally
How would
understand.
you feel? You're more guarded than I am. How would you feel?
I like to control too much to ever be on a show like this.
But let's say like you did for some reason, right? Could you comfortably have a conversation about like your sex history?
I mean, we're doing it now.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, but like, I'm leading into it.
Yeah, we're doing it now. But like, for example, let's say for whatever reason this podcast blows up, or we get more than like 300 plus listens.
We get more than that already.
Yeah. We get more than 3,000 listens.
Yeah, we get more than that already.
5,000 listens.
We get more than that already.
15,000 listens.
We get more than that already.
7,000 listens.
We get already more than that.
Any snoozo if we got more reviews on iTunes.
We do need more reviews on iTunes.
And like this was exposed to the max.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
I might be weirded out because
Really?
right now it feels very private.
Like
it
if we were
feels
like
you and I are
Mark
talking.
Maron levels.
It might be weird.
So we're talking about like 100,000 listens, right?
It
Which
might
is like literally 5 more than we already get.
That's right.
Yeah, at our lowest rated
But
one.
I
Our lowest rated ones are the ones where I talk about losing my family, which I really appreciate you guys really sticking through what I've gone through and helping me out with that.
way to make him feel bad,
Right.
Jonah. Yeah, it's a good question. I'll have to come back to you on it because
Okay.
I don't know. I might get weirded out for
Really?
sure. Like
That's
I know that
interesting.
I did really, really vulnerable open like one person shows when I was like 25.
Right.
And it didn't explode, right? Like it did great, very small and locally, and it wasn't filmed or put on the internet or anything.
Yeah.
It was really deep and kind of dark and
But you're still performing in front of like, hundreds of people.
chunks of people. Yeah. And
that's different because you're like
I'm
it's different
into it,
having
man.
listeners than having watchers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, there's a
live
distance.
watchers.
There's a distance,
Yeah.
I think, with the podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Even though, like, anyway, yeah, we'll have to come back to it.
Okay.
Because it's a really good question.
All right.
I might get weirded out.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
so
if we get
Cassie,
5 more listens next week,
then I
then
guess
we'll
I'm
know.
in.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about it. So Cassie's date is over, and it seemed to go really well. She got the rose.
Did you? Part of me kind of hoped that she would be really honest with her past, and then was like the complete opposite of Colton, and then watching Colton have to listen to this girl.
Like her sexual history.
Yeah, she's just like,
Like
listen,
that
like it's just
scene-
weird that I have to tell people that like I've had sex before, or, like threesomes and like gangbangs, and like I've been with a lot of women, and like
Do you remember that
I had
scene?
sex with I mean Colton, I've had sex with 5 people while we've been here. Like,
who?
yeah, or it's like, because he's like, I can't shame you for that. No, that's not right. But it's
Yeah.
also like overwhelming when you're not very experienced.
Yeah.
It's intimidating.
Well, that's that scene again for Weddings and a Funeral, 90s reference, where they have that conversation where
really?
they do have like after they've slept together a couple times, they have that conversation like, how many partners have you had? And he's like,
Yeah.
well, he does his like fumbling, like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 6,
Yeah.
6, and then she kind of goes and it like keeps going and going and going,
Yeah.
and his face of just like, I don't think in that realm it was like shamey, but it is like, oh, I feel inadequate or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you never ask, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask. Don't do it. Cocktail party happens.
Cocktail party.
It's the cocktail party.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that we don't love, The Bachelor, when they don't have a rose ceremony at the end.
Oh, I hate that.
Hate it.
I felt that. You saw me.
yeah,
Had my little
you were
breakdown
like,
about that.
You were like, come on.
I was like, oh, it's ending now. It's ending right fucking now? Really?
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's like 80-yard been like, I can't do this anymore.
You're like, I've had it. So Colton just walks into the ocean.
Yeah.
That's the end. So we have basically the whole cocktail party
Yeah,
thing.
a little A Star Is Born in there for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Comes out next week, guys, on Blu-ray.
Jonah is pumped about it, you guys.
Ooh,
The
I might
current
be
one.
wrong. Might be next week. I think it's next week.
So Annika and Nicole are back at sort of being mad at each other, which was the spark earlier in the episode. And then Tayshia does that thing. She gets loads of time with him, like I talked about before. She did sort of like that cute like wishing thing, and Heather
Yeah.
was like, "Oh man, that's cute." And you love that.
I
You
love when the girls
that.
are like, shit, I should have thought of that. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Demi gets trust rings. She sends
Oh,
some
that
trust
was
rings.
very
Like,
uncomfortable.
this is how he trusts me. Clamped
Yeah,
on.
right.
Kira does some
You know what that
flossing.
did? All that did is just it just copied his fingerprint.
Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
like criminal style.
Right.
Nice. Demi's a genius.
Would that be funny if if Colton like broke up with those 2 girls like next week and they freaked out and all of a sudden there was like one of those hidden camera things where you see him rip off a mask and it's Demi?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ultimate Tom Cruise
Yeah.
action. Whoa, we're making her a master criminal in our brains.
I want her to be one so
I don't
bad.
think she is, but it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh gosh. So Nicole talks to Colton and just like it's that nervous talk. There's a lot of nervous talkers, don't you think, this season?
Yeah.
Where they just like and they just don't stop talking.
Right. I think a lot of people just was like, I know 2 people just like that too. You
All
and
right.
I.
Good call.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good call. All right. And this is that moment you talked about before, the bullying moment where she's like, I am not a bully. And
Yeah.
then she's like, oh, I'm going to get you.
Right.
Like-
and then also like she starts crying to Colton. She goes, I am not emotionally unstable. And it's like,
Nicole.
you know what's good to do that? Is cry while you say that to somebody.
Yeah, it's so nervous. Like, get that shaky voice. Like, I hate when it happens.
It seemed almost fake.
You think?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't like these girls.
I don't like the Maury Povich action of it all.
Right.
You know, like the
You
screaming
like the
back
love
and
part
forth.
of it.
I don't really like any part of it, remember. But, you know, that yelling. Like, the thing that was neat, though, is that they had the cameras, obviously. They had it situated so you could see Colton reacting to the sound.
Right.
So they're so loud that Colton's like, hey,
What the
ladies.
fuck? I'd be so pissed if I was at that. I forget who was sitting with Colton at the time, but if I was sitting with Colton and he's like, I have to go handle this, I'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
With your little immature bullshit.
Yeah. I'd be like, keep it down.
Yeah.
And nothing was really solved. He just kind of angrily walked away, and they both tried to like stop him, like, I'm so sorry. And he just kept walking, and that was it.
Well,
No
he
roast
was like,
ceremony.
hey, guys, you know, what's going on or whatever. And then they start arguing.
Yeah, it was
They're almost telling
uncomfortable.
him, but then it turns into an argument against each
Yeah,
other.
he didn't have to be there
Where
at
then
all.
he was like, what the fuck? And he walks away, and then they're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, he was here.
And he starts kicking a stone.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Or
Yeah.
Charlie Brown situation.
Just keeps walking in the ocean.
Yep. And that was that.
That was that.
So no Chris Harrison, no rose ceremony. We do have ladies, obviously, who had roses, so we know they're sticking around.
Not even a fun, like, Chris Harrison quip.
No, he was not in it at all. 0%.
No.
It's funny that we miss him when all we do is make fun of him the whole time.
That's why I miss him so much.
You're like, we have things to say about you, sir.
Yeah, it's like Dave Attell has a line from his first album where he goes, Have you ever made fun of somebody so much you thank them for all the good times you've had?
Oh, nice.
It's like one of those.
Yeah.
It's like Nick. Like, I'll forever love Nick.
Nick,
Yeah.
Nick posted something, and the reason I know this is because, you know, Jonah and I on Monday nights are trying to do some live tweeting and Instagramming, so I'm like scrolling through Instagram, and Nick is all over that, and he's like, had a picture, oh golly jeepers, and he's in like some plaid pants, and he's like, retired virgin or something, and I'm like, bleh.
Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
Retired virgin.
Retired virgin.
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh,
Oof.
Nick.
That's
Still
oof.
haunting our nightmares.
I don't think so. I think it's turned into dreams.
That's it. Well, you
Yeah.
can see him at your next birthday party for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Your 22nd birthday party.
Oh, come on, that's not it.
32nd.
Okay, you're right.
There we
Okay,
go.
cool. Okay, cool.
All right. So then we also have an Easter egg. Sydney has the Easter egg where we do some puns. And you know what? I don't miss the puns. Whacking my weeds, tending my garden.
I love Colton not getting it.
Not getting it. Anytime we have to explain a sexual innuendo, it's like
Right.
explaining a joke. That's our job. you
You're right.
guys.
Yeah, our job is to explain why we know each other so well that when we joke, we don't get it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
big dum-dums. So that's it. So next week is week 6. The other thing that we know this week is it's actually ending a little earlier this season.
Yeah.
So there's a dun-dun-dun. What happens is ending March 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So less episodes to watch, which I'm like, baller.
I would like to mention to our listeners that Kelsie, who has been against this show the whole time,
Yep, for what is it, 2 years now?
almost 2 years now, who thank you for going on this journey with me. I
Yeah,
really
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're
I'm glad
welcome.
that you're here for the right reasons.
Yep, I am. If I could interrupt you, if I could steal you for a moment. I
Yeah.
don't even know the sayings.
You do know the sayings. It's sad. Also, while we were talking, she's like, "Oh, did you hear about this?" And she told me 3 things I didn't know about. And I said, "How do you know more about The Bachelor than I do?"
I have to research because our
Right.
plan is to do more social media.
Right. And then also, you are now getting called out on television, local
yeah.
television, but on television
Yep.
for having a Bachelor podcast.
Yeah, so here's the thing that happened.
And you're
you
also
guys.
making friends with other Bachelor podcast people.
You know, Jonah. Well, I keep trying to be like, you need to send this to Jonah because I don't care. So Brendan Pope is a guy on the Jam, and
From Bachelor Bros.
Yeah, and he has his own Bachelor podcast, but he also interviewed Colton this week.
Yeah.
Because Colton was in town in Chicago doing something for his fundraiser at the Field Museum.
Mm-hmm.
So he's interviewing the whole time, and he's like sending me messages and video of
Yeah.
like, haha, my podcast, you know, and I'm like, stop bragging, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my life now.
This is your life now.
No. And Tina, the producer, so she loves The Bachelor, right? She went to a Dancing of the Stars thing, and you know, Chicago Joe's there.
Yeah.
So she's like sending me like
While
and
I'm
like,
sitting here by myself.
and I'm like, everybody needs to send their shit to Jonah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've created a nightmare.
That's what happens. You're so charming and outgoing.
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh golly jeepers. So that's it, you guys. I'm living a nightmare with Jonah.
You're welcome.
Bye. That's it, you guys. So week 6, do you think Nicole and Anyeka? I'm so sorry.
I think they're
I
gone.
change her name every time. I
Yeah.
apologize.
They're super gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's he doesn't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
He just seems like, I just can't wait till he gets himself in. He's getting himself in so much trouble.
Because he's not somebody who likes to say no.
Right, because he's too nice. And then he has a break, like we did with Tina, right?
Tia, the
Excuse me.
old Tia situation.
God, once they're gone out of season, they're gone on my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the same thing. He just got himself in this really serious relationship that he didn't want with her. I really spit the shit out of this.
You're very spitty.
And then and it got too serious, and he had to end things when it was. He could have just done it a week, 2 weeks before, and he wouldn't cause as much damage. Because I think he's just trying to be too nice. We talked about this before when we were talking about fuckboys. He's just like too nice. He's like a nice fuckboy. I forget what we came up with the name for.
I think it was Dean, Bachelor Paradise stuff. I don't remember what
we
say.
But
we talk a lot.
Yeah, I forgot I thought we coined a pretty good phrase for that. But yeah, it's just one of those guys who's like a fuckboy, but he's like under the radar fuckboy because he's just too nice.
I feel like, are you projecting yourself onto this situation, Jonah?
I've got myself in trouble like that for sure, being too nice.
Yeah, and just when you should have said.
I'm better at that now. Now that I'm 31.
Yeah, well, you're so wise.
Yeah,
now
that was a thing that happened
31.
in my 20s 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, next week we're going to be back at it, you guys. So if you don't follow us on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you do it because we're going to be doing some live tweety stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're recording this podcast and hopefully getting up, like you'll see it on Tuesday, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So yeah, I mean, another week has passed and we did it.
Yeah, follow us on all social media stuff. At Petals and Pricks.
Yeah.
Email us. We haven't had a question this week. Did you have anybody? I didn't notice. Petals and Pricks podcast at gmail.com.
And also,
questions.
Jonah, if people are in Chicago, where can they see you if they want to hang out this weekend?
Well, every Wednesday I am at Comedians You Should Know and Timothy O'Toole's here in Chicago. We also have shows in New York and LA, so look those up. And every Saturday, Blackout Diaries at Under the Gun Theater podcast coming soon, which is a drinking storytelling show. How about you, Kels?
I'm going to be at Comedy Bar, so it's just in Chicago, down on LaSalle, or Gino's East, which is a pizza joint. If you go up to the third floor, Comedy Bar, they have some comedy shows.
Yep,
so I'm going to be there,
I'll also be at Laugh Factory Friday 8 p.m. and Saturday 9:15.
Nice. Look at us doing promos like real podcasters.
I know, we're so bad
we
at
are
it.
Mark Maron.
Yeah, look at that.
We had a cat incident.
We did.
Mark Maron.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Yeah, we swore a lot.
Yeah.
And I talked about my drinking
I got
problem.
real mad with you.
Oh, man, we
about
crushed
something you said
it.
to me in my past. I don't like that.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.